I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I am Andrew Pisano, along with my brother Joe Pisano and Aaron Rosa. Yes, it's another Jurassic World movie.
This thing's making money.
Of course, they always do.
Money.
I guess that's why they've made, what, 7 of these?
I said it's going to be bigger than Superman and Fantastic
The
Four.
biggest movie of the summer.
It's going to make more money than Superman.
Even the worst Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies still make money.
It's only it's the second biggest opening weekend of the year, only, second behind Minecraft. So, but it's not a summer movie, so, Minecraft wasn't. It came out in April, so I think Jurassic World Rebirth will be the biggest summer movie. But you just can't compete with Minecraft these days. But yeah, it just shows, it doesn't matter what kind of Jurassic World, the ratings for the critics have been overall mostly bad, but people don't care. They like to see dinosaurs.
This was more monsters than dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
The least amount of dinosaurs. And you know what every movie consistently has is the raptors. And we just saw a little, hey guys.
One, right?
Yeah.
And then it was over. You're
Yeah.
like, wait, that's...
This
but I guess
was-
they're like, we've done too much of that. Let's just make Godzilla chase them.
Sure, but they also had T-Rex in the fucking movie because you have to have T-Rex in it, right?
Got to.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
So one of the gripes I had with the movie is I get the whole thing where you make a great movie, you make sequels, we need to do things different. We can't just retread everything. But you had the perfect dinosaurs in the first one. They keep trying to throw these different other dinosaurs. and they're
Every
just-
one of the new movies have had the newest, biggest, baddest dinosaur.
And they're just never as good. They're never as
Right.
much of a threat.
The whole excitement about Jurassic Park in the first place was these were a thing at one point. So when you make Monstersaurus or whatever, I don't fucking remember what they called him. I just call him Monstersaurus. It's
Distortus
like
Rex.
whatever. It's like he didn't exist.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't real. And even though now we know they all really look like birds, none of them look like they do in these movies. Now that we know what they really look like pretty much, but it's still there was no, what is it again? Dickosaurus?
Distortus Rex.
Dickosaurus Rex. Yeah, there was
Dickobolus Rex.
There was no monster zombie looking dinosaur, so that kind of hurts it.
That was another thing they got wrong is in Jurassic Park, the T-Rex is stalking them through the whole movie. He keeps showing up, he keeps being after them, so he's always on your mind. This thing doesn't show up until the very end of the movie.
Right.
the very end.
He
You
should have
really
been-
never see it in its all of its glory either.
He should have
Right.
shown up 2 or 3 other times and been like this ever-present threat for the movie.
Yeah.
Well, looks like you guys didn't like it. All right, so yeah, Jurassic. So it made $318 million worldwide opening weekend. This makes Scarlett Johansson the highest grossing actor of all time.
Because if you have to add all the Marvel stuff that she's done, that's funny.
She beat Samuel L. Jackson. He was in first. Now she's in first, so he's second. Third is Robert Downey Jr. So
Because he's not in every... But he was
Yeah.
in Infinity War, right?
Yeah.
And in Endgame? Was he in Endgame?
Samuel
He
Jackson.
just goes, motherfucker.
That was Infinity War, and then he's at the funeral, but he doesn't say anything in Endgame.
Interesting.
But I don't know if that probably counts.
Because he gets the new Star Wars, the second trilogy.
Yeah,
he gets
that's
all
true.
those.
That's true.
But she beat him out.
Yeah.
She beats Harrison Ford and him.
Yeah.
And
The three of them are all in the $14 billion range. So she was she was losing to Sam by $100 million, and then this put it over the top.
It's just whoever's in Star Wars and Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah.
That's
I don't think the studios,
And
I think
Marvel,
they
yeah.
know by now. It's that doesn't mean we can just put Scarlett Johansson in some anything movie and it's going to make a fuck ton. No, she was smart. She was like, yeah, I'll do the Jurassic World movie. They always make $1 billion.
Yeah,
Why
right.
not?
Of course. And she wasn't, this wasn't, they did nothing sexual, sexy. She was just an actress.
It's 2025.
I know.
You can't do that anymore.
They're not even hot fitting pants.
Even the ballerina. I mean, we all love that movie, but you have Ana de Armas, who's one of the most gorgeous women in Hollywood, if not the. And they did nothing sexual with her. There was no,
really.
you're not. You can't be sexy. You're not allowed. That's the rules nowadays. You can't be hot anymore.
Well, not in action movies. I mean, because you won't take them seriously. If they're trying
she's
to,
hot.
If they're
Yeah,
trying to
they've-
make them right, but if they're trying to play that up and put her in a fucking bikini, you're not going to take her seriously. As like,
Well, yeah, okay, I get that.
Like, did I want to see Ana de Armas in a bikini in that movie? Yes. Would we have taken her seriously as a badass? Probably not.
I'll take it back a little bit. Her first mission, she was wearing a sexy dress, so that's fine. I mean, she had to blend in, obviously, at that nightclub. So I'll give you that. That's fine. That's a good point. But yeah, we're gonna break down all of Jurassic World Rebirth, see how we thought about it. But first, we have to thank a couple new patrons. So thank you to Max Allgood and Matt Pacafee.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Packing.
Go to patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. You get the main show ad-free and before everyone else. We've also got over 100 bonus podcasts. That includes brackets and reviews of shows like Andor, which we're about to wrap up, The Last of Us, Daredevil, The Boys, Invincible, Penguin, Squid Game, which that'll be the next one we do, X-Men 97, Loki, and Mr. McMahon.
Yes.
So yeah, go to patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. Go subscribe, give it a try. You'll love it. All right, so I think every Jurassic Park movie, like, something always happens. The dinosaurs get out just because they have the dumbest employees ever, and this movie's no different.
A Snickers wrapper opens the film.
That's got to be the dumbest way to start the movie.
And it gets sucked into this thing and the whole thing explodes.
They go, well, that's it. A Snickers wrapper. Let all of the dinosaurs out. Wouldn't it go into lockdown? A Snickers wrapper would stop this giant fucking door from closing. How does it make any fucking sense at all?
No filters on that section. Just goes right in.
Yeah. Like, this is probably the most important thing humans could do is not let the dinosaurs out. And it's like, oh, shit. Oh, I just need a Snickers wrapper. Nah, just throws down. They're not good with their interview process, I'm guessing.
And in this world where the DCU, in this dinosaur cinematic universe, Jurassic JPCU, in this universe, they're like, we have a T-Rex. It ate everyone.
Yeah.
Then we created like a super T-Rex and then it ate everyone. I have an idea. Mm-hmm. We should create a bigger,
every time,
deadlier dinosaur.
That was four movies ago they did that. In Jurassic World, they were like, people are fucking sick of dinosaurs, which is hilarious. But like, we need more teeth. So they made a new dinosaur. And like, and 4 movies later, we're doing it again.
How many dinosaurs are herbivores that would shock the fuck and piss out of you if you saw it in real life?
Yeah.
Just make those dinosaurs. Like, well, it's like, come on.
Okay, but after going every year for 30 years, maybe you'd get bored. That's what they're saying.
Every time they've done it, everyone's died. I don't think anyone goes back.
Yeah, but Joe, who's going to go to a zoo that has no tigers, no bears, no panthers? It's just all like...
I don't know if I'd go to a zoo for the ones that would eat me if they got out. I don't know if that's the thrill. They might get out. They might eat you. I'll go.
I just don't get these. And again, they've been doing it since the first Jurassic World, where they're like, people are bored of dinosaurs. It's weird that the dinosaur movie is trying to say that.
I had a read at the beginning.
It's like, are you trying to like force us to be bored with this shit?
Yeah.
Right.
It's very strange.
And at least they started doing we're in Manhattan, there's traffic because a dinosaur got out of the zoo.
That damn New York brontosaurus traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's like, okay, at least they're showing us there are dinosaurs in zoos now. And yeah, anytime the brontosaurus wants to get out of the zoo, he can just get out of the zoo.
Pretty much get out.
He can get out of the zoo and probably stomp a few hundred people.
Yeah. After the opening scene, it's slow for a while, like a little too slow to where the other thing is like these characters, and I know they have ScarJo, they have Mahershala Ali, which, I really like him. I like both of them, but neither of their characters are like interesting enough in this movie to make you wait like 30 minutes for the next dinosaur scene,
No, and they give him like, he broke up with his wife and he lost his kid. So we're supposed to care about him.
His kid died. We don't know how.
I need more than that.
Yeah.
I'm into, look, when you cast a Brad Pitt in F1, I'm in.
Of course.
I'm into his character. I don't need that much development. He's Brad Pitt. I'm going to go with everything else he's ever done. That's why you paid him $30 million.
But throughout the movie, they go into what happened to him.
They do.
100%.
No.
They're just like,
that's my point.
There he is.
Well,
I still need a little bit.
Well,
yeah.
let's...
Yeah, like dead kid and she lost her friend. She lost Hawkeye. Remember Hawkeye? Is he in this film? No. But let's assume that's who she
In
lost.
this universe, Hawkeye died.
So let's address.
That's kind of what they did.
So let's address the elephant in the room then.
The elephant.
The reason we
Wait, there was an elephant?
One of the biggest problems, probably the biggest problem, is that fucking family. That family ate up so much screen time that should have gone to Mahershala Ali.
The worst dad in the history of film.
And they
the
don't
shittiest dad. Such a pansy.
They never explain, like, wait, should we get permission to go? No one's dumb enough to go where we're going. And then they're just there.
Yeah.
They're just there in these dinosaur waters that they said the world won't let you go there.
Yeah, right.
They acted like they had to do this top secret mission to get to these waters where they're going. And then this family's just there on a sailboat.
There wasn't even a fence, like nothing. It was no one stopping you from going there.
And this family just existing in this movie, it makes ScarJo and Mahershala stupid. Because you've got these, because you have these, like, you know, special ops, covert, like, mercenaries going on an illegal mission, and you're trying to, like, I get it, you're trying to make them heroic by wanting to save the family, but what you're really making them is stupid because they're on an illegal mission and saying, hey, let's bring some witnesses on board.
Right. And then when they bring them on board, they're like, oh, right. Well, here's everything we're doing.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You guys are doing that? Why don't you think we're out here, you dumbasses? This family is like the quintessential play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Like, oh, we're out in the middle of this place where the dad knows that there's a whaleosaurus in the ocean where they are. And he's like, oh, 1 in 50 chance. That's fine enough. And then when
to kill my child?
When
I don't like those odds.
When they get in trouble, they're like, help us, please help. You can't not help us. I have a theory, and I think I'm right.
And I think the
You want
worst.
to tell it now or at the end?
I would like to.
Okay, good, Aaron.
This dad, because from what we could sense, like, you know, he's not with the wife. They got divorced. I think he said something like, your mom's not going to let me take you. So he was like, you're going to divorce me? Fine. I'm taking me and the kids on a suicide mission. You leaving me? I'm killing me and the kids.
I mean,
congratulations, bitch. I mean, that happens.
Suicide by dinosaur. Jesus Christ.
The character arcs are weird. Like, we get introduced to the boyfriend, and instantly he's the biggest piece of shit.
Hey, is he, can you wake him up? Oh, well, I just got done sucking him off, so it's going to be a few minutes.
He's going to be
Dad,
sleeping for a while.
That's a small boat.
Dad.
They're like sharing beds there.
Yeah. And then, like,
They're all spooning.
22 minutes later, he's the biggest hero of the film. You're like, wait, you want me to hate him? Me and who was I sitting next to? Joey, where I was watching this with Joey. And I'm like, he's dead. And Joey's like, yeah, he's next. Because
he
he's an
should have been,
asshole.
right.
And it's like, oh, he's definitely going to die. He becomes a hero. He's like the most brave person in this whole movie.
What a twist. I was rooting for the dad to die. I was like, he's the worst.
He is the worst.
And on top of that, once I saw that they survived the initial attack and they were all on top of the boat, I immediately knew all 4 of them are surviving this movie. So it takes all the stakes out of every scene they're in. The T-Rex scene is wasted because you know he's not going to eat any of them.
Right. And he's so nice. The T-Rex was so nice to not eat any of them.
That's just napping.
He just wants to flip their boat.
That's one of the many reasons why Jurassic Park worked so well was outside of the kids and Alan Grant, anybody was eatable in that movie. You didn't know who was going to live or die. You knew these 4 were all making it to the end. So you just didn't care when they're on screen because you know they're not getting killed this movie.
And they're all nobodies, so it's like this takes time away from the real stars like Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali.
Hey, that's the Lincoln lawyer.
They only get like half the
that
screen
show
time.
Sucked.
Yeah,
I watched the first season. He's not a good actor.
Season 1 was okay. Season 2 was
Who, the dad?
Yeah, the dad.
Oh,
He's
I didn't
not a good
recognize him
actor.
from anything. So.
Yeah, all of their screen time should have gone to Mahershala and ScarJo.
Of course.
It felt like Mahershala was barely in the movie somehow.
He was. He did nothing. He did nothing to the very end, which we'll get to.
Andrew, for $1 million, why were they going on this mission?
To get samples to cure heart disease.
Heart disease! To cure... Wait, I thought the cure for heart disease was put the donuts down. I thought that was the cure.
No one wants that answer.
No, they really never explained by getting the...
Sorry. The real mission was to get the samples and make medicine and then overcharge the fuck out of it. And
But isn't that all medicine? Like, why did she's a mercenary and halfway through the film, Like the scientist is like, you want to just give it for free? No, you're getting $10 million to not do that.
Yeah.
Like none of that. Like the arcs are like this.
The mercenary with the heart of gold. Yeah.
She has that moment of clarity, and while everyone's dying.
Of course. Yeah, I mean that's a dumb family movie. That's why they put a dumb family in it.
And this is another flaw with this thing. I mean, you just can't get around. You have to compare this to Jurassic Park because it's a fucking Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah.
So it's already kind of handicapped there. But part of why the first one worked so well, you cared about all of the major characters in that movie.
Yeah.
Even if they were kind of shitty, you gave a shit about them on some level. The team, aside from ScarJo and Mahershala, you didn't give a shit about them.
We don't know
didn't give a
anything.
shit about
We don't
the
know
family.
anything about them.
You don't care about anybody in this movie outside of Mahershala and ScarJo.
And even them, it's like we really don't know much about them.
Right?
And then
They
it
didn't
was.
get-
This reminds me of like when like you have a hero death, and then he just at the end he's like, "Hey, didn't die." You're like, you know, like when Mahershala sacrificed himself, and the dinosaur's literally eating him. And then he shows up. He didn't eat me. How?
For why? Why?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, originally he was dead, and then they showed it to like the early screenings, and people didn't like that they killed Mahershala Ali.
Is that true?
Yeah. So they're like, let's just say that he lived. All right, can you get in the boat real quick? All right, just smile. All right, we got it. Check it, and we're good.
First thing I said to Joey, I said, we didn't see him die.
Yeah, of
So
course.
that's how you know he's not dead.
Of course. Yeah. Going back, did you, there are other like random mercenaries as well. There was like 3 of them. And of course they all died. That's the other thing. No one of any importance was even close to dying. Like again, Mahershala Ali, but he was fine. But it was all just those 3 worthless people.
No one ever seemed in that much danger in this movie.
No, they really weren't.
Like there wasn't tension or danger in this movie, hardly at all.
Right.
Did you realize who the blonde mercenary who died first was?
The blonde.
Yeah.
The guy?
The guy that when they're on the boat and he's shooting the thing at the Whalosaurus and then it eats him.
He was in Game of Thrones.
Okay, well
That's
I
what I
haven't seen
saw
Game
him
of
from.
Thrones, but
Yeah.
he's Francis from Deadpool. He's,
Right, yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah.
Ajax. He's
Oh,
Francis.
yeah.
He's the
Shit.
bad guy from Dead. I heard his voice. Now, like before I saw him, I heard his voice. I was like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. And then I saw his face. I was like, oh fuck, it's Francis. Oh, he's dead. Oh no, okay.
Yeah. Gone quick.
Yeah.
I think he would have been a more interesting character than half the people that were gone fast.
It would have been interesting if, ScarJo and Mahershala Ali, they're clearly friends, so they're not going to do anything unethical because they're the heroes. But if you have like a mercenary like Francis who's like, I'm going to be with the corporate guy. Like I'm on his side. I want the money. Let him live a little longer so that, because corporate guy just has a handgun and he doesn't know what the fuck to do with it. He's not a killer.
So there's some tension in the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
and then the
it would've
whole
been good.
story arc, like he let the girl go.
Yeah.
Like I get the reasoning, like because she was being a bitch. So he's like, but like
We're
would've-
all going to jail. If someone saves us, we're all going to jail for being here when we're not supposed to.
And it's like it wasn't like it was that easy. It wasn't like her hand was here and he was like, okay. Like he was on the other side of the boat with the boat like this. And if he went to save her, he might have died. It wasn't like they should have made it a little bit more easy where
Of
she's
course.
like, here, and he would have went boom. You know what I mean? Push her or
But
something.
no, instead she was like, help me. And then she saw him just go, and then she fell.
Well, he was like, ah.
And then the dad goes, this is before the dad's even hurt. His
Yeah.
daughter falls in the water and he goes, no. Oh no. And then he goes, got you, bitch. That's one down, one to go, whore. And then the boyfriend jumps in. He's like, oh, well, fuck it. I don't care.
He's like, this douchebag, I brought him to like give me a alibi.
Yeah.
This dad does secretly hate his kids.
Yes.
He stands by every single time his
Then
kids
later
are
in the
danger.
movie, his like leg breaks, so he can't help his little girl later. And then
Right.
all of a sudden after that, his leg's completely fine.
Oh, yeah.
He's just no selling for the rest of the movie.
Correct.
Also, Scarlett Johansson mentions like this whole thing, like it's just like an excuse. Well, not an excuse, but like it's the plan you think's going to happen for the end of the movie. She says, if we go radio silent for 24 hours, I have a helicopter team that will come and rescue us.
Yeah.
Now, the big question is, why not just take the helicopter in the first place? Instead of a boat, you don't have to worry about the Whalosaurus, and then you can just fly over the dinosaurs and shoot the thing, and then it flies back to you. Seems like a helicopter.
Is that
You'd be
because
in
of
and out in an hour.
And because of the whale one, you had to get the whale one first.
You can fly pretty low.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they said you had to be within like 10 meters. I don't know if you could fly that low.
They could fly pretty low. 10 meters to shoot a gun?
You'd have to be like in the water to get that close to it.
Wait, okay, take the fucking helicopter, land, and then take the boat out to the Whaleosaurus. It at least makes the rest of the missions easier.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think. Also, the scientist guy straight up did George Carlin's bit about the planet shaking us off like fleas. He almost said it word for word. Because I've watched that George Carlin, part like so many times where he's just like, oh no, we don't run the planet. We just think we do. One day the planet's just gonna get rid of us like we're bug. Like they just changed a couple words.
Right.
But if you go and watch George Carlin's bit, it is like, oh, they just completely stole that bit.
That's
it was
funny.
hilarious.
This guy bothered me too because he went so far as to name drop Alan Grant and say, oh yeah, I learned from Alan Grant.
Yeah.
No, you fucking didn't. Because Alan Grant picked up a fucking shotgun and
Yeah.
shot at raptors while this guy is bitching and moaning about, oh, well, we
In
can't
a
hurt them.
museum.
Yeah, they make it seem like Dr. Grant's like the only paleontologist on the planet.
Yeah, and how is a museum still a thing? Well, I guess they were closing it. But like, there's real, like a museum's like, oh, look, bones. Wonder what he looked like. No, he's right there.
Hey, look,
Oh,
you see
hey.
the sign? The sign's coming
The
down.
sign was the
Hey,
same.
I love how every Jurassic World movie is, hey, remember Jurassic Park? It's like, yeah, we're watching.
It's the
We're
only-
here.
It's the only reason we're here.
We're
Of course
here
we
watching
remember.
it. You don't have to constantly remind us what the movie is.
Yeah.
So what did we think about the throwaway thing where they basically undid the whole Jurassic World thing where they're everywhere now and now they're just back to being on the islands?
Yeah, they were,
Whatever.
they were in New York. They're in zoos.
So they
Right, but
sell
they're
the
all dying
dinosaurs.
though.
They're dying because of human illness. Is that what it was?
No, they said because the climate
COVID.
because the
COVID.
Yeah, it's COVID. It's fucking COVID.
COVID took out.
No, it was just like some little text at the
It was
very
climate change, right?
well. No, it was just
no.
that they can't like live in
Yeah, they can only
like
live-
modern climate,
They can only live in the equator.
right? Because it's closer to how it was
equator.
millions of years ago.
Yeah. Also, most of the jokes fell flat for this
Yeah.
movie. Like, and my theater was packed, and for
Really?
the most part, no one was laughing at any of these jokes. The only thing that I found funny was when the boyfriend was pissing, and he was too afraid to turn around while the pterodactyl, took the raptor away.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny, But other than that, there was really nothing else there.
Yep.
And then when the two brontosauruses were like being intimate, ScarJo was like, "Oh, that's so cute."
Nice.
Got him.
And then I think it was the writer or director said that originally the first draft there was like going to be a scene of the dinosaurs fucking. So like two brontosauruses were going to fuck.
You gotta do something new.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the next one.
And they're like, no. Let me see. That'll piss off all the Karens with children. So yeah, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And then every movie now has to have a baby. So now we have like baby Groot, dinosaur baby Groot.
Yep.
And it led to nothing. I was like, wait till mom shows up and she's pissed because someone took her baby. It's easy pickings. And they're like, nope, that thing doesn't have a mom. Doesn't have a mom? And what was it? A rhinoceros?
Baby
Triceratops.
Babysaurus.
Yeah, there you
A
go.
baby triceratops because it had that's what it looked like.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, not a rhinoceros. Yeah, of course. That's what I was thinking. Triceratops. This movie broke my brain. So, yeah, the teenage girl inflates the life raft right in front of a sleeping T-Rex. Like, she sees it. It's like, maybe not.
Like she's staring right at it and then just like while making eye contact with it.
It's like, oh, and he wakes right up.
They're like, no, you dumb bitch, no. The dad's like, no, don't do it, no.
Yeah, but then secretly, yeah. Secretly, yeah.
She was the worst of the four in the family, right?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
The hottest and worst. Is that what you said?
But, I mean, yeah, it was so nice of the T-Rex to just, like, he just wanted to wreck the raft. He didn't really want to eat them.
Yeah,
not so much.
Just wanted to be scary. He just wanted to feel scary for a couple minutes.
And then they escape the T-Rex just because there's like two giant rocks in his way. And he's like, fuck it. All right, fine. Here's your raft.
Too hard.
Yeah. Then the raft just
I'm out.
magically just pops right in front of them.
Yes.
Like, oh, that's great.
Right.
The scene with the bird in the cave, that was fine. Again, like Mahershala Ali, it's like he really doesn't do anything. He's just pulling the rope that whole scene.
It was
he has
just
nothing to do.
After they get the one in the ocean, the next two samples they get are just way too easy.
Too easy.
This should have been like a really difficult quest they were on to get like blood samples from these 3 massive dinosaurs. And the first one was hard, but the next 2 were just like,
Yeah.
they just walked up to him and got it.
Then they end up shooting them from further than 10 meters.
Yes, they did.
And then
course.
just by chance, after they shoot them from far away, like just they're like almost dead, and it's like, oh, there it is. I got it. The parachute came to
Everything
me.
is just too easy.
Had a tracking beam.
And the whole point is that it's not supposed to be easy.
Yeah.
At least it should have been.
Yep.
So I know you love this part when they redid the raptor scene from the first film, but with one of the birds.
Oh my God.
When they were in the
Almost
grocery store.
exactly.
Exactly the same
Shot
thing.
for shot.
How'd you like that? Do you feel like that paid a good
Homage.
So
Homage to it.
much better taking out the T-Rex and putting a little pterodactyl in there. So
Yeah,
much
sure.
better.
Well, it was a scarodactyl. That thing
Yeah.
was weird.
Yes.
So yeah, the corporate bad guy drives away on his own, it was funny. Like he drives away, but then like 5 minutes later, he's where the people were on foot anyway. So
And does he drive into the dinosaur to
right
save
into
them?
no,
To
he's just
save them?
he's just a complete idiot.
What, did he go in a circle? They never. I thought.
I don't know.
I was like, is he the hero now? Did they make him the fucking hero? He
No.
drove right into the dinosaur.
And I think in every Jurassic Park movie, another thing they always do is the main bad guy always has his head bit off, and that was
Head bit off or bit in half.
bite his
yeah.
head off. Yeah.
That was another gripe I had with this movie was the kills. All the Jurassic Park kills, they were really big moments in the movie.
Brutal.
They took their time with the scene. They let the dinosaur stalk who he was killing, so it was scarier and more of a big thing. The kills were so quick in this movie.
Yeah.
So quick and just like blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
There's no build up to it.
It's true. I will say my favorite part, if you have a favorite part, you could list it. But like my favorite part was the shot of the Monstrosaurus like walking up with the helicopter in its mouth. I thought that was a cool moment.
That was
you know,
good,
because
yes.
like the nerdy scientist guy was like, "Wait, come back, helicopter!" Because again, her helicopter, just like she said, it shows up for 2 minutes, and if we're not in this exact spot for 2 minutes, it bails. So he's like, "Wait, come back." And then it comes back, but the Monstrosaurus has the helicopter in its mouth. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Everyone lives. Everyone important lives. And then ScarJo's like, let's give the samples to everyone for free.
But
And
it's just
also, we're
blood.
just in this
What
boat.
is this?
Hopefully,
It's
we
dinosaur
get-
blood. What do you want me to do with this? I want you to turn this into science and make people not die. Well, we should probably give it to that company that was going to give you $10 million.
Like the only
because they know how
company
to
that
do it.
knows what to do with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what are you going to, you're just going to give it to them as open source? No, we're selling this to them for $10 million. What was your option? 20 million? Well, that was kind of dumb.
Yeah, like you want to give it to other people, fine, but why don't you still give it, have the company pay you, the one that's going to, make all the money with it anyway.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Cage in National Treasure, he still turned it over, but he still gets a mansion.
He took 1%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was still like 100 million or
Yeah.
something. So, yeah. All right. I didn't think you guys would hate it as much as me. Look, I thought overall it was okay.
I actually didn't hate it. I know I've been shitting on it for like half an hour, but I treated this movie kind of like a little sibling that you're picking on. Like, I loved the Jurassic Park movies, so I was extra hard on this movie, but I didn't hate it.
I think they never should have made a sequel to the first one. I think that's the problem. Like, how special can dinosaurs be after the 7th movie, right? You know?
Yep.
I think that's a problem.
We're at the point where we need to just end the sequels to the first one, give it a decade, reboot Jurassic Park, and have James Cameron direct it or something like that.
Reboot a 7-movie series?
I'm just saying
Is
that's
this a three-
all you can do because
Is
none
this
of
a
the
threequel?
because none of the
This is
movies.
the 4th one of the new series.
Well, I don't think this one had anything. I think this is the new start to a new 3, right?
But it's-
Rebirth.
Well, whatever. They call it Jurassic World. It's not like it's,
Maybe.
That's true.
Just
Well,
none of the movies.
Jurassic Island. I don't know.
None of the movies outside of a park setting have worked. Jurassic
Right.
Park was
No, it's true.
amazing. Jurassic World was really good, and
Yeah.
everything outside of those just hasn't works.
It's
like
true.
it should.
Is, hey, grab these 5 guys with guns and let's go try to defeat a T-Rex. No,
Like, if you have to
it's not
make
gonna
a
happen.
movie every few years, just always make the park and somehow the dinosaurs get out. It's dumb, but it'll be better than these.
But you know what?
Make a park in New York City. Wouldn't you want to see that? I would.
Sure.
One of the reasons I was naive going into this, but one of the reasons I was trying to look forward to this was what this should have been was Kong Skull Island.
Of course,
That's
that's what
what
we were
this
hoping
should have
for,
been.
but that was never going to be the
It
case.
version of
could have
that.
been great.
Yeah.
What are some other parts that you liked? If you didn't hate it, then you must have liked other parts.
I mean, it
Dinosaurs.
did have good action.
Yeah, some of the action
there
was
was-
good. I mean, the T-Rex, I like the T-Rex, even though the family's stupid.
There
You know,
was
the only
just-
disappointment was the T-Rex didn't eat them all.
They threw enough member berry stuff in there. You know, they played the Jurassic Park music. They had the banner in the museum and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
They did some of the fan service stuff to make you happy. It wasn't a terrible movie. There was good action in it. I guess I was just mad because this could have been great. And they dropped the ball. They added this fucking family that didn't need to be there at all.
It was better than Dominion.
Yeah.
You know, that's for
Is
sure.
that last one?
Yeah. And that's like the lowest rated of all of them. So
Yeah. Yep.
Did you guys see that one?
I've seen them all.
I saw part 2 after Jurassic World. I didn't see the
okay.
third one with Chris Pratt.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't see the second Jurassic World. That was like the only one I've missed.
Second
But
one.
I
It's a
quickly
pass.
heard from, I think, both like that it was really bad. So I was like,
I really wanted to
good.
see the third one because all the Jurassic Park crew was back, and then I
Yeah.
heard it was about was it locusts or something and cloning?
It was about human clones.
Hey.
It was like, it's not about the dinosaur clone. It's about human cloning.
Yeah,
It was like, what?
I heard atrocious things and just never got around to it.
Apparently, this was the first time we saw a human brutally kill a dinosaur with a gun.
Oh, right, because the guns don't work the whole movie. And then finally, ScarJo at the end, pop, 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 pop. And was like, oh, now the bullets work?
Yeah.
They didn't work the whole movie. Yeah. Whatever. I think it's just it's a family movie, you know? Like, you take
Right.
your kids to see it. You're going to, you know, as an adult, you're probably not going to like it that much. For me, it was okay. So I don't know. Ratings? I always go first. I'll let you guys go first.
I would go 6.
I think this is a good time to say, just as a movie, it's a 5.
Yeah.
As a Jurassic Park movie, it's like a 4. You know what I mean? Because like when you compare it to other ones, yeah, it's just like it's slow. There's not really many dinosaurs. Where are the raptors?
Yeah.
Like it's it's Godzilla versus a real dinosaur.
Yeah.
So it's like a 3 or a 4 as a Jurassic Park movie. As a movie where it's like, yeah, like is it interesting enough to hold my interest for 2 hours? It's a 5.
That's what I was thinking, a 5. You know, it did drag a little bit. I was like, this didn't need to be 2 hours and 15 minutes. Right? I swear to God, when I was watching the movie, I was like, I'm ready for this to be over. And I looked at my phone. It was an hour and a half in.
Yeah.
Like exactly an hour and a half in. It was like, this is how long it should have been.
Oh, and it was fun to see that the dinosaur that killed Nedry in the first one too. That was fun
Which
to
one?
see.
Oh, right. The one that
has
killed
the-
Newman.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I can't really argue with you guys. I mean, I liked it a little more, but it
It's-
was a bit of a disappointment.
It's fine to see once.
Yes.
You know, but it helps if you have kids or wives that just get excited if they see dinosaurs on screen. So, you know.
Sure.
This is the first Jurassic Park film to not feature any characters from the original Jurassic Park. So every other film.
So who's in Jurassic World? It's got to be like a very minor character.
it was B.D. Wong. He what was his name?
Oh, of course.
Henry,
yeah.
Henry, Henry
Does he
Wu.
count?
I guess he counts.
Henry
But for
Wu.
it's funny. Like in the first Jurassic Park, he's just like he's the scientist, and then in Jurassic World, he's like
running the place.
he's running the place,
Yeah.
and also he seems like he has like an evil agenda. Where like I remember like at the time, like we were joking, like I think he's turning himself into a dinosaur.
Yes.
Maybe like that's his
correct.
grand plan. He's like, I want to be a dinosaur.
That would be a great. Can we make that the next movie?
That would be way better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Jurassic World, Rebirth, Afterbirth, whatever whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It was fine. You could have a decent time watching it or making fun of it. You know, imagine if the three of us were sitting together, we would have had a better time making fun of it.
I
It's
think
one of those
for
movies.
sure. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the news and rumors, a.k.a. the Hollywood Hogwash. So, did you get there in time to see the Odyssey teaser trailer?
I did.
I didn't, I guess.
No?
No, I thought
Did
that
you
was
see
it.
any trailers?
Yeah.
Really? And they didn't...
Was Odyssey first?
No, it was like right
It was
before.
right before the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they brought the lights down for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like we
No.
watched all the trailers. I saw it at AMC, so we saw all the trailers. And then Nicole Kidman comes out. And she's like, "We make movies better." You know, she does that.
Oh, you did
the
AMC?
commercial.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was the Odyssey trailer.
Yeah.
Where did you see it?
Escape in full
Oh,
share.
how was that?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the ratings were so bad. I thought about seeing it there, but like all the Google ratings were so bad. I was like, maybe not.
We went shopping, and then we were gonna go to the AMC in Katy Mills.
Yeah.
And then every seat in every movie that was around when we were there sold out. I guess that's a popular, because you go buy your tickets and go shopping. You have a couple hours to kill. I
Yeah.
get that. Then we tried to go to Star Cinema so we could eat something, and there were no seats there. This was a popular movie. I guess everyone, it was a 4th of July weekend, and people wanted to just, go to the movies on Sunday.
I was looking at every theater Friday, and I was like, yeah, I barely found, and it was the Katy AMC one. But I think out of all of, because I've been to like every movie theater since ours closed down.
I know.
And I think that's my favorite one of all of them.
Escape
it still
is
doesn't hold
close.
still doesn't hold a candle to, Palladium, but
It really doesn't. Escape is close, and you can always get good tickets at the last minute. Just remember that.
it wasn't super hot inside because I saw a review that said like there was no air conditioning. So
No,
hopefully they
it's
fixed
probably just
it.
that one time.
Yeah.
And they have your typical snack bar. It's if you want to do more than candy, popcorn, or a drink, this is not your place.
Right.
It's kind of traditional.
Sure.
More like a Regal Cinemark kind of thing.
I saw things on the menu, but I was like, I'm not going to buy any of that here. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, the teaser trailer for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey played, at least for us, before Jurassic World Rebirth. But it's not much. It's just a teaser, and you do see Tom Holland and John Bernthal
Fuck yeah, you do.
talking about Odysseus, who is played by Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
At least there was that. But it was like, they basically show you nothing. It's just they're talking about the myth of him, and Tom Holland's his son. So I'm excited because it's Christopher Nolan.
Was it very brief? Was
Yes.
John Bernthal bald?
Yeah.
Yes.
This was on the screen, and I didn't realize it. I had to take a call before the movie started.
Oh, Joe.
So that was on. Yeah, I didn't know.
Okay, so you did
Something
see
was
it.
happening at tune-up, and I had to fix it.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So
No, that
was
was
on
it.
there. Yeah.
I mean, you didn't miss much, but it got me excited because, it's a Christopher Nolan movie.
I get the feeling once we see a real trailer for this thing, we're going to get more excited.
Probably.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Also, in an interview with GQ, F1 director Joseph Kosinski revealed he has an idea for a sequel to F1 that features Tom Cruise reprising his character of Cole Trickle from Days of Thunder.
Yes.
He said, we find out
That's
that
what they wanted to do all along.
Yeah.
I told you that.
He says, we find out that he and Sonny Hayes have a past. They were rivals at some point. I heard about this epic go-kart battle on Interview with the Vampire that Brad and Tom had, and who wouldn't pay to see those two go head-to-head on the track?
And
so
Tom-
apparently they were racing go-karts during the movie.
That's awesome.
And Tom Cruise has no problem doing sequels.
Right.
Well,
Of course.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Give us all of the crossover.
That's still a movie I need to see is Interview with the Vampire. Did you guys really like it?
love it.
It's a watch once kind of movie.
Are you a vampire guy? I mean, if you like vampire
Sinners,
movies,
Sinners, I
Well,
love
I mean,
Sinners.
the acting in it's more than a watch once kind of movie.
Well, I mean, it's
amazing.
It's not like an action vampire movie. It's kind of a
It's a story.
Sure, yeah. I'm
It's
fine
a
with
story.
that.
The whole
That's
movie,
fine.
he's trying to convince Christian Slater, a reporter, that vampires exist, and he just tells him about his whole life, and it's been hundreds of years, right?
Right.
It's this incredible story.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of great stuff. Oh my god,
I'll check it out.
I think it's twists and turns. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, since we're talking about vampires a little bit, let me skip ahead because Sinners is now available to watch on HBO Max.
Wow.
And the Steelbook will be arriving to my house this Wednesday.
Yes.
Of course.
Very excited
course.
about that. I can't wait to rewatch it. Fans have been wanting a review. The week after Superman, there's no big movie coming out, so we could do a review of Sinners then.
Okay.
I would be totally down for that. Here's a fun fact that I recently saw online. The costumes used in Sinners were
saw
originally for Marvel's canceled Blade film.
Never seeing this movie.
The costume.
Because apparently that Blade film was going to
be like a country
an
period
old piece. Yeah, like a period piece.
This movie is never getting made.
No, it's already been canceled. So I don't think
I thought you were retired. Retarded. That's not what I said. Don't get me canceled again.
Also, I have a question. Would you pay $80 for a popcorn bucket?
No.
No?
No, sir.
Not even if it's Galactus's head? Because that's how much it's going to cost.
That's crazy.
$80 at AMC theaters.
No,
There
'cause-
are absolutely people that will pay that.
And then after
For
that,
that.
imagine like you buy it, you're so excited for this movie, and then it turns out to be dog shit, which it seems that's what it's going to be. And you're like, well, fuck, now I have this $80 popcorn bucket.
Dude, the dinosaur Jurassic Park one was it was expensive. I don't remember what it was, but it was crazy.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, I was like, oh, how much is the nope. Because I love dinosaur stuff. It'd be kind of cool to sit in your house or in your office.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
They're just so desperate.
$80.
now. That's crazy.
Is it unlimited popcorn for life?
even if that's the case. Yeah. It better be.
Yeah.
If you show up with your Galactus popcorn bucket, we have to give you all the popcorn.
Yeah.
Until our machine runs out because it's Galactus.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
Also, after the disastrous second season of The Last of Us, Neil Druckmann has decided to voluntarily step down as the showrunner for season 3 to focus on Naughty Dog and its future projects, including writing and directing our exciting next game. No, Neil, no! Just retire. You're rich off of The Last of Us games and the show anyway. Don't write anything else. You can't do it.
Well, look, I want to be happy about this too, but I went down this rabbit hole a little bit.
Yeah.
We all hated season 2. It's not like he's the guy that ruined that season and wrote everything. More than half the season, Craig Mazin wrote. And he's still writing season 3. So it's not like him leaving is going to be fixing this.
Okay, but he was the showrunner, and he was the one that added all of the woke shit to this show and to the video games as well. Like, the game wasn't originally like that. And also, the show is way more woke than the video. The video game really isn't, but, there is that. Also, Haley Gross, who co-wrote The Last of Us Part 2 game with Druckmann and worked as an executive producer and writer on the show, also announced she's stepping down to make space for what comes next.
To make space.
Nothing should be coming next for you.
Yeah.
So quite the spin there. It's funny. Basically, HBO was like, step down or your show's not getting renewed. That's it.
Right.
So we'll see. Yeah, but still, do I have a ton of faith, Aaron? Not necessarily, but they had to do this. This was the only thing they could do.
Sure.
And by doing this, they're probably saying, hey, don't make a girl a dad in the show. Because they didn't do that in the game. In the game, she never said, I'm a dad. That's not what they did.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they do. If they just fucking do the shit that they did in the game with Abby's story, because it's going to be, season 3 is all going to be about Abby. You know, there's a lot of great action scenes in the game. Just do that. Just put those in it. And don't make it fucking dumb. Also, the last 2 things I've got is Michael Madsen, who you may know for playing Mr. Blonde in Reservoir Dogs, died of cardiac arrest on July 3rd at the age of 67. Yeah, also Bud in the Kill Bill movies.
I
He
looked
was
up
amazing.
his IMDb. It's insane. He did like one line and one little role in
my
TV shows,
God.
movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was hundreds.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Everywhere.
He was in so many bad movies as just like one guy that says one line and then that's it.
Yeah.
But-
for what he did, he was the best. Like that role. You know what I mean?
Right?
I'm an old bad guy.
It's a shame because, he would have probably I think he was going to be in Tarantino's final film when he was casting it, but then he decided to do something else. So we still don't know what Tarantino's final film will be yet, but he most likely would have been a part of it. So that sucks.
And I'm sure your next thing is, why does this always happen? When a movie's going to come out that's redone, I swear an actor from the old one passes away.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Or the writer or the producer. It's so weird how this happens.
Right. And of
Doctor
all the
Doom.
McMahons, it's Julian McMahon, star of Nip Tuck and the first Fantastic Four films.
Christian Troy. If you guys never seen Nip Tuck, I'm assuming?
I have.
Oh, you have?
I didn't watch the whole series, but I would watch it because I was a teenager when that show started, and that blonde chick was, from the Marine, my wife. She was smoking, and so I would watch, the scene she was in.
That was a great show. I mean, it was great. There was a killer in, I think, season 1 or season 2, and then, like, all the different scenarios.
Jean Grey was a dude.
She was.
I remember that.
Yeah, he goes to fuck
Jean
her.
Grey has a dick in that. Well, no, she took it off. She's trans.
Wow.
No,
Okay.
yeah, she was trans, but she was halfway through her surgery, and then she said, "Please finish it."
Which is just like, that's just insane.
I know, she's way too hot. Right.
She's way too sexy. But yeah.
Kind of a bad omen for Fantastic Four.
Sure. I mean, look, I've already told you that I had the ending for Fantastic Four spoiled. So unless they change it last minute, we're all going to be like, what the fuck did we just watch? We'll see. But R.I.P. Julian McMahon, he died of cancer on July 2nd at the age of 56.
I always thought he'd be a bigger deal. I know he spent
He was a great-looking guy, for sure.
years and years and years after Nick Tuck on that Charmed.
Oh,
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
All the witches with
Yeah, he was
Alyssa
on that.
Milano, and he was like
was
the main
after
bad
that?
guy. Right? Or was
I thought
it
that was before. I thought
they
Charmed
were
was
both a
like...
long time ago.
Yeah, they were.
Even the Fantastic Four movies were.
They were all early 2000s. That's when he was, a big deal.
Yeah.
He definitely had a good villain look. I'm surprised he didn't get a few more like big movie villain roles.
I think it's because, like, especially back then, if your movie does bad, the actors get blamed for it. So it was like, hey, the Fantastic Four films weren't great, and you were the bad guy.
Yeah.
So
Charmed and Nick Tuck were almost coinciding.
that
with
makes
each other.
sense. They were
Isn't that
both
crazy?
early 2000s.
Early 2000s, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I didn't know. I didn't even know he had cancer. So then once I looked him up, and then you see photos of him, and yeah, it was
no.
he was very thin. So it's a shame. R.I.P. to those guys.
Yeah.
But that's all I've got. So take it away, Aaron.
Okay, I'm going to open with The Boys. The final season 5 has wrapped filming. This is going to be coming out in 2026.
Yes.
We don't have a specific release date yet, but it's going to be next year.
We'll know like 2 months before.
Right.
But yeah, looking forward to that.
Looking forward to it. Nintendo has announced, we already knew that they were working on a sequel to the Super Mario Brothers movie and a live-action Zelda movie, but they have mentioned they are working on more film and TV projects beyond those. I would love to see a Metroid movie. You could do that either live action or animated, but just get Samus in the suit shooting all kinds of space bugs and shit. You could do some real good with a Metroid movie.
Shocked they have not made a Metroid movie yet.
I know.
With how, because Samus is very popular. But like you said, it looks like they're going to start doing that because they're expanding the Nintendo verse.
Sure.
They're going to make movies out of all those characters.
Or a Star Fox movie.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
That could be fun.
You know what's crazy though? Young people don't even know what Star Fox is.
I know. They
Like-
haven't done much with
Yeah.
Star Fox.
They really haven't. And I thought they did. I was talking to Joe's son Matthew. I was like, have you heard of Star Fox? He was like, no. I was like, that was such a great game on the N64. It was so popular. I'm surprised they didn't do much else with it.
Yeah, he just kind of fell by the wayside over the years somehow. The franchise just kind of poof.
It was basically like a Star Wars game, but it wasn't Star Wars, but it was like Star Wars. But
Sure.
With the aircrafts at least,
Sure.
What else?
If you watched Army of the Dead, the Dave Bautista movie,
Oh, yeah.
and if you were like, okay, Dave Bautista, post-apocalyptic heist movie, this sounds right up my alley, except the zombies were stupid in this movie. Well, I've got the movie for you. Afterburn is coming out sometime later this year. It's another post-apocalyptic heist movie.
Of course.
Except it's a solar flare that like destroys half the planet, and he's trying to go find the Mona Lisa in some post-apocalyptic landscape.
Going back real quick, you mentioned Army of the Dead.
Yes.
Do you remember why there was a zombie outbreak? Do you remember the first scene was because
I don't.
a guy was getting a blowjob and he got so distracted while driving that he crashed into the truck that was like transporting these zombies, and then that's how those zombies got out. So.
No, I forgot about that
That's awesome.
entirely.
That started the outbreak. A guy was getting a BJ.
Sure.
Zack Snyder, you've done it again.
Well done.
Wow. So I know I touched on this last week, but the trailer finally came out for The Running Man.
Yes.
Edgar
Oh,
Wright's
Yes.
remake.
Interesting.
It looks good.
It does.
It looks
Interesting.
really good. I am full on in. November 7th is when this comes out.
I'll have to disagree.
Really? It didn't look
Yeah.
good to you?
I feel like Arnold's was just an explosion movie, right? We watched it. Like, it was like, okay.
Are you sure
Whereas,
you're
like,
not just such a Arnold homer that like that's sacred and don't touch Arnold movies?
Maybe.
This one
You
actually
can't-
looked like it had a plot and like some meaning and like decent acting. But
But
again,
he's not
it's just
it's
a
not
trailer.
it's not over the top, you know, like Arnold like he should be. And what's that actor's name? I'm not a huge fan of his. He's
Glenn
too like
Powell.
stoic.
Glenn
Yeah.
Powell.
He's too stoic and not much emotion from him.
Well, they're sticking more to the book, and the book was not like big Arnold over the top ridiculous. It was more like thriller.
Sure.
So they're kind of finding, I think, maybe an in between spot for it.
yeah, he's kind of Glenn Powell's like the new guy, the go-to guy right now. They even wanted him for this movie, and I'm not even sure which role. Probably the scientist. And it's
Or
just like,
Mahershala Ali's
maybe
before him. Yeah.
But like, you know, yeah, like you said, like he's all right.
yeah.
He's not like special.
Like what has he done he's been amazing in?
The Maverick, but like
But he's
he
just
was
there.
nowhere near the Val Kilmer
Yeah,
character.
no, of course
That's
not.
who he played, you know. So
He's okay. I
Right.
don't know. Maybe I'll see it. But yeah, so in the book, it's more of the whole fucking world's trying to kill him versus you're just in this, you know,
Yes,
sewer or
it's-
whatever the fuck
it's-
he was.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not just like this isolated like TV studio
Right.
like
oh
course
right,
thing
it's like
that they
the
were
whole
on.
world has to kill
Yeah.
him to get the money or something. It was
Yeah,
totally
so it's,
different.
So it's like a little bit of John
that's
Wick
what I thought. It
where
was, yeah,
you're just
Yeah.
out in the world and everybody's after
Sure.
you.
Michael Cera looks like a pedophile.
Yeah, well, he always looks like a pedophile.
But now that
That's-
now that he's, you know, in his 30s, he
That's
really
my
looks
face,
like a
sir.
pedophile. Yeah.
Bella Ramsey, she's rumored to be in talks for an MCU role.
I
and
don't think that's true. There's no way it's true.
it might not
There's no
be.
way.
Rumors. The rumor
Who's
that,
reporting this?
I've
She
seen
is?
this a couple different places.
Yeah.
I was trying to. That's why I said it's a rumor.
Right,
This
right,
is
right.
not any kind of breaking thing. Kitty Pride is the role that I've seen attached to her, which would make sense. I mean, she's young. She's not major.
Does Kitty Pryde always have to be a trans person, a trans actor
Right.
playing?
Well, she's gonna now,
Yes.
I guess.
There's no way. Now that The Last of Us 2 has tanked and like everyone's basically blaming Bella Ramsey for it, which it's not completely her fault. It's the people writing the show. But like,
course.
Right.
she's getting the blame for it. Do you think they're going to want to see her in anything else?
Not
her
right
career,
away.
Her career's over.
No,
Yeah.
she's still gonna get roles because Hollywood will
Not big roles.
Hollywood will not fold to that.
She will not
They
get-
just won't.
I will make the bold prediction that she will not get an MCU role.
Well, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I very much hope you're right. She is not a good actress. And the last thing I had, I couldn't not mention this. This made me so fucking angry. We already knew that Rotten Tomatoes, at least the critic scores, are completely corrupt and can't be trusted. The audience scores, it's a decent compass, but it came out recently that Ironheart,
Oh yeah.
the MCU show, Rotten Tomatoes deleted negative reviews
sure.
in the critic review section,
It's a
and
business.
then proudly announced it now has an 86% Rotten Tomatoes critic score after deleting
right.
negative
we
reviews.
didn't talk about the big news.
What?
Mephisto
Oh yeah.
being Borat.
Spoiler alert.
Sure.
Hello,
And that was rumored for years, and it turned out to be true.
Right.
That was another like rumor that became reality. But yeah, I imagine it got hate bombed. So like, I don't know what reviews they deleted, but maybe if they were kind of racist or like,
Well, right, but the hate bombs
Misogynist.
would be in like the regular audience scores, you would think, right? Not the critic scores.
was critic scores?
It was the critics because
yeah,
because the
all right.
audience score is still like
Yeah.
50% or
yeah.
something. But
So
the
it was
critics,
the critic score. That's funny.
yeah, that's really wild.
Yeah.
So that's really disappointing.
I mean,
that
if
we
you
just-
go look at the MCU shows Rotten Tomato critic scores, it's ridiculous. Like She-Hulk's like in the 80s, I think. It's just so
Oh
dumb.
my god.
So that makes sense. But that's it.
Yep, that's all I had.
Have you guys watched anything new this week or anything old? What's going on?
Still working through Sopranos.
Oh,
So
sure.
That's kind of what I'm stuck on.
What season are you in now?
3.
So,
Okay.
Joe, you're telling me you've got time for Sopranos, you've got time for White Lotus, but you can't watch Transformers 1.
You know,
you don't have an hour and a
I
half.
mean, Sopranos is probably better than
First of all,
Transformers 1.
first of all, I watched probably 15 minutes to 20 minutes Sopranos. Like, I never really sit down and watch an hour or two of Sopranos.
Sure.
So I need an hour and a half of my life to not break up that movie.
Sure.
And when I'm watching The Sopranos, it could be like when I'm eating lunch, when I'm working in Conroe, or you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna do. I want to put it on. I have a movie room that I almost never use.
Yeah.
I'd rather put it there with the sound and everything. So the next time, look, I'm gonna be, girlfriendless for like 10 out of the next 13 days. So there's plenty of nights where
There you go.
I might have a chance to throw it on there.
How do you like when Richie dies and then Janet's like, "What'd you do with the body?" And he's like, "We buried him on a hill under a little under a tree." And she goes, "Really?
Really?
God, the fuck do you care, Janice?" It was so great.
That was
and like
amazing.
throughout the rest of the series, he's constantly reminding her that she killed him. And in front of everyone, but like just being vague about it. It's so great.
Oh, the timing is so great. They're like, all right, we need to kill him, and then she does it for them.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Once oh God, what the fuck's his daughter's name?
Meadow.
Yeah, once Meadow and Jackie Jr. starts dating, and like they have like Thanksgiving, and then Janice goes, "A soprano and an April," like because she's thinking about her and Richie.
Oh, right.
So great.
Nice.
But yeah, what about you, Aaron?
I watched a couple things. Netflix recently put out. They have this series called Trainwreck, and they recently put out one on the Carnival poop cruise that happened back in 2013. Do you guys remember this in the news at all?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
My God, where everyone had to poop in bags.
Yes, it was an hour-long documentary on it. It was pretty good. It was a fun watch.
Did they show it?
Did they show the poop?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see some poop.
I don't know if I can do it.
This one hit super close to home for me because I was on that boat less than a year before this happened. So this easily could have been me pooping
Wait,
in
the
bags.
same one?
The same. I was on that boat less than a year before this happened.
Oh my God.
So
I don't think
know-
I survive. If I'm on a cruise and they're like, "There's no power, you'll have to poop in bags," I'm like, I'm going overboard right now.
Now I heard about this, and like this is why I've always been reluctant to get on cruises. I get it; it's one in a million, but still, like, when you hear about that kind of stuff, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
But the best
Then
was
they open up-
after that, they were like, "It's super cheap now."
And then they flooded.
Yeah, it was gross. And the other thing I watched this weekend, I watched the John Cena as president, heads of state movie.
Oh, how was that?
Idris Elba.
Is it like a fun, who cares kind of movie?
I am disappointed to tell you, it was a letdown. It was like a 5.
But like, were you expecting more than a 5? I'm expecting a 5. Would I like it?
So
That's what we gave Jurassic World.
Yeah.
I mean, it had that thing like sometimes
Watchable.
Sometimes these streaming movies, like a Netflix movie, a Prime movie, sometimes they just have this like soulless feel to them, where it's like where it's like eating food that they forgot to salt it or something.
Right.
So it's like something's missing and you can't put your finger. It had that feel.
Yeah.
To
Like they
it.
slapped it together in 30 days just so that they can say they have this movie.
We need to get it on
Idris-
streaming by this date.
We need content.
I love Idris Elba. He looked bored. I've seen John Cena be amazing in Peacemaker, and he just was not awesome in this. I wanted so bad to like it, but
Yeah.
it was like a 5.
And is this another like the American president's an idiot?
Yes.
I felt like it was some of that.
Yes, but that's a
Like,
problem.
But
that's
I'm
the thing.
American.
He
And then,
wasn't-
of course, the British guy's the smartest, the sexiest. He's got the best gun. He can fight. He probably saves John Cena's life. Like,
And you could have done such a fun odd couple thing with that, but John Cena wasn't dumb enough.
He
That's
wasn't
the problem.
dumb enough.
He wasn't
Aaron
dumb
was
enough.
like, yes.
And I'll skip it.
Yeah.
I'm still watching my third or fourth rewatch. I think third rewatch of Better Call Saul. So
Wow.
that's where I am right now.
Wow.
I'm in season 3. This is the last season of Chuck. I think I'm about to watch the episode where he like goes on that rant in front of everyone about Jimmy. It was so great of him just spiraling out of control.
Oh, he's Jimmy.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Joe. It's so great. That's
Not
all he
our
comes-
Jimmy.
Not on
Could
Jimmy.
it be precious Jimmy stealing them blind? And he gets to be a lawyer? What a sick joke. I should have stopped him when I had the chance. And you have to stop him. I apologize.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, all right, let's do the fan questions and comments. Josh's cup chair.
Sure.
A fucking Snickers wrapper? Really?
Yeah.
How is Scarlet, a 5'3" special ops mercenary that doesn't bring any guns to a mission, believable when she's eating a bowl of cereal during a briefing of the mission. First 45 minutes of this movie was so boring and cringe. From the trauma dumping scene to Scarlett crying on the back of the boat at night by herself to the introduction of the most annoying, idiotic, cringe family of all time. Go fuck yourself, Snickers. Go fuck yourself, Scarlett. Go fuck yourself, Jurassic re-shit. And then he wants Josh to spell TRex. Well, that's not, Josh's not here, and I don't think he could do that.
That's funny. The TRex, which the whole movie was based on, I think had less than 5 minutes of screen time or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, barely.
For
there.
sure.
Yeah.
Smooth Brain Josh. How long would Josh survive as a Neanderthal?
Well, he's been surviving for almost 40 years. So, I mean, long time.
That's true.
Yeah.
That bloodline has made it way too far.
Bill Capri. Yeah, Josh is like, if I don't have kids, Andrew, the Reese line die. I'm like, let it die, Josh. Let it die.
Let it.
Tell him every time. Let it go.
It needs to die.
It's like fucking Luke Skywalker. He's like, this, we need to die. The Jedi need to die. Like, it needs to end.
Yeah.
Bill Capri, the worst part of me is that the father was injured for a whole hour of the film and then just heals with no explanation.
Yeah.
Also, is the drop Snickers wrapper the lowest point of this franchise? Possibly.
It might be.
Yeah. Joey Von Doom, honestly, it was a fun film, a little preachy in the beginning, but when the dinosaurs showed up, it got better. I was expecting more deaths from people who annoyed me, like the dorky scientist and the lazy kid, but even he had a little arc and redeemed himself with Papa Discount Pascal. That's great.
That is great.
Let's be honest, they offered him this part, but he was just super busy. 7 out of 10 with a good crowd, too. Yeah, it's funny. The whole movie, the dorky scientist and Scarlett are flirting. They never kiss, huh?
No payoff.
No payoff.
They just look at each other on the boat. They're like, should we fuck?
They're gonna like inject each other with dinosaur blood and then probably fuck
happens.
after. Yeah,
Right.
I'm using that next time I see this dude. Great value, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
What a great name.
Pop culture junkie. Where was the Scarlett Johansson line? That's my secret. I'm always Jurassic. Wow.
Oh,
Always
shit.
Jurassic.
Can we get a brief debate between Andrew and Aaron? Which movie meal is better, the prison dinner in Goodfellas or the steak and eggs lunch in Twister?
This is the best
Oh my
comment
God.
of
Aaron,
the week.
you can say
Comment of the
I know
month.
you like Twister better, but there's food and then there's food. So make the right choice.
Yes, make the right fucking choice and eat yourself a delicious fresh steak that was freshly
You are trolling.
slaughtered.
You are Josh trolling right now. You would rather have steak and eggs than like the best Italian meal you could have?
Freshly slaughtered beef from Oklahoma.
They had the cops
Like-
bring in fresh bread and pasta for them.
Oh,
Did you
come
see
on.
how thin he cut the onions?
Yeah, with
You
a
haven't-
rusty fucking X-Acto knife. Are you kidding me?
It was a razor blade.
Yes. That's what's in an X-Acto, a razor blade. Yes.
When's the last time you've seen Goodfellas?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to rewatch it.
Yes, they got herpes, but the meal was delicious.
Come on now.
That's great. What a great question.
Every single thing that went into that meal was in someone's ass going into that prison. Are you
Fair.
kidding me?
That's fair.
Who's seen what more recently? Like, have you seen Goodfellas more recently, or have I seen Twister? Because I probably saw Twister. Like, I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
I've definitely seen Goodfellas more recently.
Yeah.
I've seen it in
And
the
what,
last.
you just hate watch it? You're like, oh, fuck these Italians.
I've
Oh,
s-
Joe Pesci, what a piece of shit.
I've seen it
I
in
fucking
the-
hate you guys.
in the last 5 to 7 years, I've seen it.
All right, but be honest, was that accurate?
What?
What I just did.
Jesus.
It wasn't inaccurate. It wasn't
Twister's-
inaccurate.
Twister was on TV not too long ago, whatever I was watching, and I just let it run. So I saw Twisters recently. I haven't seen Goodfellas in years,
Yeah.
like start to finish. Or
You know, every time the cow goes right into the camera and goes, moo, Aaron comes.
Yeah.
Like, he just comes.
yeah,
Great scene.
great scene.
And then
Great
the same
scene.
cow comes back a second time.
You should
It's
watch it
amazing.
with our father because you and him will have a blast together.
I can believe that.
Our father loves any movie that has like a weather thing, you know? What was it? Day After Tomorrow? Oh my God. This and then this other
Snow
movie.
everywhere.
Like he'll just be like, did you see that movie with the big wave comes? It's like 100-foot wave. And I'm like, oh yeah. Like he just loves any movie with like a natural disaster.
That's amazing you just said this because now that I think about it, he totally seems like a Twister fan. He really does.
I mean, look, it's a good movie.
Aaron, It's already here. the movie theater, or what is it? The outdoor theater thing? Drive-in movie theater. That's such a great scene. Oh my God.
D.O. Punk, this movie was great. Probably the most fun movie I've seen all year. The big evil dinosaur kind of looked like Donald Trump.
What?
We're going to reopen the park, and I'm going to be the main dinosaur. Scarlett Johansson was annoying, and Jonathan Bailey is hot. I want to do unspeakable things to him.
Oh, my.
Who's Jonathan Bailey, the scientist? Or is it the corporate
bad guy?
He sounds like the bad guy, maybe.
That sounds like the scientist.
Does it?
It sucks that I don't know this.
Well, who cares? Go ahead.
It was, who gives a shit? Yeah, you're right. That was, Jonathan Bailey was the scientist.
Okay.
Scientist, okay.
The Rizzler, taking the family to watch this tonight. It better be better than Dominion. Okay, it's better than Dominion. It's better than Dominion.
It's a low bar.
Dominion is so boring.
Okay, so tell me if I'm wrong here. What I said going into the movie was, coming out of it, it's going to be Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic World 2, and then this 3. Do we agree with that?
Oh, I don't
Just
think
because
this is
the others
3.
were so bad.
I mean, all of the others are pretty bad, in my opinion. Like, look, I loved Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, but when I was a kid, I loved it.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen it as an adult. I remember it now. Like, I can remember some things in my head and be like, that was pretty dumb.
First of all, Jurassic Park 2, Jeff Goldblum. Second of all, dinosaurs were hunting men the entire time, and it was it was very scary. Most of the movies at night, it was very, very scary. So I would rather watch Jurassic Park 2 again than this movie.
I don't think I've seen it since theaters. I should probably rewatch it.
I just remember
3 was a joke, right? 3 was a joke,
Three
and
was a
Dominion
joke.
was a joke.
I just remember being a little bored with
This is
with
5
2.
for me.
I'll have to rewatch it.
This is 4 or 5.
I mean, 2 did have Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
He was one of the guys.
Right.
But then it also had Jeff Goldblum's daughter, like, doing gymnastics to beat up
Raptors. Absolutely.
That part was fucking stupid.
It's so dumb.
And then at the end, they were just like, hey, should we just do Godzilla and put the T-Rex in New York? Yeah, let's just put him in New York.
Wait, is the end of that movie where the boat crashes into the dock? Is that Jurassic Park 2?
Yeah. Where the T-Rex is in New York
Oh my God.
for like the last 10 minutes of the movie. Yeah, I gotta watch that again.
See?
I gotta like see, like, you know, because
Right.
it's probably like you said, it's pretty good for an hour and a half, and then the end is just insanity.
I'll bring some vodka and we'll rewatch.
Sure.
Invite me.
Andy Piccone, yeah. The movie was fine, not bad, not great. The thing that hurts its rating is that the final dinosaur looked awful.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. Mr. Iguana, not a comment about the movie, but the Cena movie on Prime, Heads of State, is a damn good time. So there you go. I wouldn't trust Mr. Iguana, though. Because Mr. Iguana sucks. Not our patron, Mr. Iguana, but that's your name. And that's the wrestler that's, yeah. So, all right, you know.
Yeah,
Aaron didn't like it. This guy did like it.
I may have been a little hard on it because I wanted it to be really, really good and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe I was extra hard on it.
You might have had too high of expectations, that's for sure. All right, that's all for fan questions. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast, follow the show on X, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Hollywood Hog Pod, and become a supporter of the show. Get all the bonus podcasts at patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. Next week, Superman.
Dun, 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 dun.
You will love it or hate it, says some random guy on TikTok. So we'll see what happens.
That's right. All right. So for the record, does Batman show up in a mid or post-credit scene?
No.
Yes or no? Okay, Joe says no.
I don't think Batman shows up, but we see a Batman something.
Reference.
Some
I'm
kind
okay
of
with
Batman
that. I'd probably say that
reference.
too, but no Batman. Andrew.
I say no Batman.
Do
Yeah.
you know?
No.
Oh, I thought maybe you got spoiled.
No, the only thing that got spoiled for me is how bad Fantastic Four is. But I don't have any spoilers for Superman.
So you're saying not even a reference?
I think there's a possibility of a reference, probably. But yeah, no. As far as we don't see him. I don't
But a
think.
reference could be like in Batman Forever, where he's halfway to Metropolis by now. Wait,
Or like
that
they
doesn't
just,
count.
or like, you know, just the camera is like panning, and then we just see like his symbol on one of the, you know, throwing things. But
Yeah, like the end of Batman Begins, where he flips over the Joker card.
Is this
something
is
like
this
that?
Superman Year One? Is
I
that
don't
what this
know.
is supposed to be?
I think it's early.
I think
Maybe
it's
year
supposed
2?
to. I think I heard somewhere that he's been Superman for like 3 years or something.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely not an origin story. James
not
Gunn
going
has
over
even
any
been
of
like,
that.
I'm sick of seeing origins. He's like, 3 things we never need to see again. We don't need to see the Martha Wayne's pearls on the floor.
No.
We don't need to see that anymore. And then he mentioned we don't need to see Kal-El like coming from, Krypton and fucking in the shit.
And we don't need to see the radioactive spider biting Spider-Man.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right.
Makes
right.
sense. Yeah, we can't go in expecting to see Batman, because then if that's our expectation, it doesn't happen, we're gonna be upset. So
Yikes.
No.
Yeah.
we'll see. But excited to go see Superman next week, and we'll talk about it. Good night.